Okay, so by now you should have taken the Excel notes, which was in step 1, and now you should have this Excel partner skill check, Excel activity 2 open. So it says your task is, as we work through this activity, place an X in the box next to each skill as you have completed it. So the first skill is we're going to open a new blank workbook in Excel. So you may have Excel pinned to the taskbar. I have Word here. If not, you can press the Start button and go ahead and click on Excel. So we're going to open a blank workbook. And then we're going to save it as Partner Skill Check in our Computer Science 7 folder. So it would be File and Save As. And if you're working in the online version of Excel, you know that you can just click on the name and change the name there. Make sure it goes in your Computer Science 7 folder, and make sure that once you have that opened up, that you open in the desktop app so that everything will work. So I'm going to go ahead and save it as Partner Skills Check in my Computer Science 7 folder. And then you just go ahead and press Save. So once you've saved it, you'll notice that up here in the center, or yours might be over here on the side, depending on which version you're using, that your file name has changed to Partner Skill Check. After you've done that, you're going to put an X right here in this column, and then you're going to go back to the worksheet and click in cell B5. So from the GCF video and from the notes that I just gave you, we know that the active cell is this cell that's highlighted, and we know that columns are represented by letters and that rows are represented by numbers. And when we talk about where our active cell is, it's the letter followed by the number. So it's the column followed by the row. So this first box, we would refer to it as A1, and we can see the cell addressed right here. So it said to click in B5, and that's basically all you have to do. You'll see that the B and the 5 are highlighted and that your cell address says B5. And you go back to your document and put an X there. Likewise, do the same. Go back and click in cell 1. You're just practicing moving around in your worksheet. In cell A1, you're going to type computer literacy and then widen the cell to fit the words. So let me demonstrate how to do that. So we're going to type the word computer literacy. And I'm going to press return because you can't really do much with the cell while you're editing it. But you'll notice that computer literacy is too long for cell A1. It spills over. So we need to widen the cell. And the easiest way to do that is if you go up here in the columns and you go right between A and B until you get this arrow, this two-sided arrow with a line in the middle. Once you get that, you can double click right there and it will automatically widen the cell to an appropriate width. The other way to do it is you can do the same thing. Just make sure you're up here, because if you're down here, it won't do the whole worksheet. So make sure you're here up in the column labels. You can also drag it if you want to, but if you want to get the perfect width, you can just double click on there. So then in cell B1, you're going to type your first name, and in cell C1, you're going to type your last name. Then you're going to insert a column between B and C, and so I'll demonstrate how to do that. So I've got my first name in column B, row 1, and my last name in C1, and I want to insert a column between those two words. So you're going to be on the Home tab, and over here where it says Insert, you're going to use the drop down. It's important that you use the drop down and don't just press on the Insert. And then go down to Columns. And you'll notice that a column appeared right between my first and last name. Okay, so by now you should have X's in all of these spots. And in cell C1, you're going to type your middle name right there between your first and last name. Then you're going to add bold to computer literacy, and you should be able to do that. It's the same way that we do it in word processing. I can quickly show you. So you're going to go over here to computer literacy, and you can use this B in the font group right here on the home tab in the ribbon. If you just click on that, you'll notice that your computer literacy was bolded. All right, next up it says center your first name in cell B1. So you're going to go back here to cell B1, and your first name should be centered. So we need to use the alignment group here and the centering alignment tab to center your name. Okay, and finally, no, we're going to do a couple more things. We're going to do two more. So in cell A2, you're going to type the number 85.579. So let's go to cell A2, and we're going to put in 85.579. And then we're going to hit enter because, as I said, we can't format the information while we're still editing it. So it's important that you hit enter and get out of it. And then when you want to format, you can go back to it. So our next instruction, decrease the decimal places to 2 places. So if we look at our number, 85.579, after the decimal point, we have 3 places. We want to make that automatically go to 2 places. Well, you might say, why don't you just do it manually? Well, the beauty of the spreadsheet is you could have a column of many, many numbers, and you've decided that you want to make it look better by making it 2 decimal places, and you can change many, many numbers at the same time, and we'll be learning how to do that. But for now, I'm just going to show you how to do this one. So we have some options right here. You can increase the decimal, but we don't want to increase it, we want to decrease it. Since it's at 3 now, we want to decrease it to 2. We can hit that 1 time, and it automatically does that. The other thing that you can do, I'm going to put it back to the way it was, is you can use this number dialog box, and you'll get a menu. And your default might have been general, but if you change it to number, and then right here where there's decimal places, you can change it to 2 or whatever it is you want, but our instructions say 2. And then hit OK, and it's automatically reformatted that number, even though the actual number has 3 decimal places. So again, make sure you're checking off as we go. So we just finished this instruction right here, so you should be putting an X in there. And then finally, the last thing we're going to do, in cell B2, we're going to type the number 0.02 and then format it as a %. So let's go to B2, and we're going to put in 0.02. And again, we're going to enter out of it so that we can change the format. And you'll notice that we have the % style right here to format it as a %, which is great. It's nice to have that shortcut. And I'm going to put it back the way it was. But you really should know how to do that, just in case those options aren't there. So you'll notice if you hit that number dialog box, and we're in our menu here, you can go ahead and hit on %. And we want to have no decimal places. And we're going to hit OK. And you'll see that it's at 2%. Okay, so that's it for today. That's all we have time for. We'll be continuing on with this in our next lesson. Feel free to work ahead if you think you can, but next time I'll be showing you how to do it. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. If you just can't do something and you need a little bit more help, please let me know in an email. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.